Hey guys, welcome back to this next episode. In this episode, I would like to add a so-called combine function, which means once you open up your inventory and you have a green herb, and then we also adding now a red herb item, a red herbal item. When you have those two items inside your inventory, you will have the ability to use the combine button, and both of those items will get removed by its index. And at the same time, you are going to have a much stronger item. So you have a combined herbal item, which is a powder of green and red. Before we can do this, I need to change a couple of things. Because in the last episode, I told you regarding the inspect function that the green herb is not really centered, and I couldn't really make it really big because the pivot point is like right below the vase, so it's always like standing a little bit on top and it's not really centered, and the rotation is also a little bit out of place. It doesn't feel right. So what I need to do, I will just completely get rid of those things, which means, so we can just leave this blueprint. If I press G, you can see that those things here are blueprints. You might have guessed it, but I will just go inside here and I will just delete this one because I will replace it. So I will just delete the thumbnail and also the materials, and I will also delete the mesh. So now you will see, oh no, the mesh will be gone, and all those textures as well. And I already prepared a red one, so I will just remove this. I will remove this, and also this is just a duplication of the green mesh. So we are just using a different, we are just using, for the red herb, we are just replacing the albedo or base color texture. But everything else is just the same. So let me just re-import the new green herbal item. Okay, I'm back. Now you can see this blueprint is empty because we just destroyed it. We just removed this mesh and the textures and the thumbnail, so we removed everything because I made a new one. If you have items, this is perfectly fine. You can just use your own items, or maybe just use placeholders for now. So it depends on you how you want to proceed. So in this case, I have a new image here. So this is my new snapshot. You can see I modeled this, and the new mesh is here. So you also can see, I think this is going to look a little better. Let me just create a material pretty quick. Sweet, and then we can just put this one, okay, put this next to this base color, and just do like so, and also the subsurface. And then we can get rid of this green, and now you can see, maybe this is like not really red, so let me just open this one. And then maybe you can just change the hue value to something like 3. Let's see, 0 is something like this, so let's do 4. So this is like more like a stronger red. Okay. And this is it, right? Yeah. So now we have, oh no, cancel. Save. Didn't I save before? Alright. Now we can open up the mesh. Which we also need to duplicate, so duplicate this one, because we need to use the green herb also as a red herbal item, and put this one into the red herb mesh folder. Then we open up the green herb folder, let's say remove collision, yes, we want to remove collision, and then we get the red, no, this one is the green herb, we get the green herb. Also, what I need to change, let me just, this is way too dark. Let me just go into the texture of the vase, so the base color, and let me just get this one to something like 3, maybe 4. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, so this is our green herbal item. Alright, save this one. Then we do the same stuff for the red herb, and let's go into the mesh, and also remove the collision, and this one was the vase, right? Yes. And in this case, the red herb material. Save. So now we can use those two items. We will just update our blueprint and add some more logic, so we also can add this one. But before we continue with our blueprints and adding logic and create more functions for our inventory, of course we need a third material, which is the combined material. So this one is called combined herb. And also here I get a image folder, and I get a textures folder, and I get the mesh folder, and I get the materials. In this case it's just one material. And then, yeah, thank you, don't need this additional window. Yeah, normal map, yes, it is a normal map, apparently. And the mesh, let me get this FBX here, and no textures, it is a static mesh. and I need the thumbnail of this one. So image, and then let me just drag this thumbnail, and you can see this will be our combined. So I did this yesterday. I just did a plane with some like displacement, noise, Voronoi displacement, and then I was just making those, which was basically like a cone shape in the first place, and then I was just using some kind of grass texture with some height of the grass, so the bump, and also just painting a little bit with a brush here, and this one is baked. So I have some cavity and ambient occlusion bake, and this is what I did in Substance Painter. So nothing special, but you're going to see the mesh in a minute. So the mesh here, let me open that one up. Also here I want to remove the collision, but this is an item we never pick up. This is an item we always can just fuse or create inside our inventory once we have the green and red one. So it doesn't make any sense to remove the collision, but in this case I will just do it. So material is m_combined herb, and let me open that one up. This is pretty easy. We don't need opacity and subsurface and stuff like that. We just need the base color, the normal. Where is the normal here? The normal, and this one is the roughness. So those are the 3 main maps you're always going to need in case you want to have nice looking like in-game items. Okay, get to the mesh. So I did remove it, right? Yes, I did remove the collision, and I just get the combined material, and there you have it. There you have this material. Okay, I think it's fine. So just for have this like Resident Evil gaming experience, I think it's nice. It's decent, let's say. So it's not really amazing, but it's decent. Okay, let me just close this one. And now we need to create our children. So for the green herb, you can see here, we need to reassign this one. So the thumbnail is our new green herb. I named this one image. So for everything, I would just name this image. And the item mesh is the SM green herb. Don't have a skeletal mesh, it's stackable, no. Current stack and max stack is 1-1. Item type is of course the green. And it is a healing item with the health replenishment of 25 points. Okay. And then we are going to our master item, right click, create a new child. This child is called item, wait, there's still the master, BP underscore item underscore red herb. Let me just make sure, if I just open this one up, the green herb one, that this one needs to be filled as well, this one. Otherwise our inspection is not going to cast anything, because this static mesh here, which is separate, is defined for our inspect. So we get the SM green herb as well. Okay, so make sure that this one, and also in our blueprint itself, has also the static mesh. Or in case if it's a skeleton mesh, you can just set this one. Okay, materials are already assigned, perfect, and we can just close this one, and then we can go to our newly created children, which is now the red herb, and we call this item name red herb, description with the red herb. Can be used in combination with the red herb, yeah. So this is basically the same mesh, just a different base color, and everything else is the same. So the image is the IMG red herb, now we have it. Item mesh, of course, is the SM red herb. Now make sure the item is stackable, no. Current stack, let's do it 1 and 1, otherwise we are not going to get anything when we grab. So it needs to, the current stack needs to be 1. And also the max stack needs to be 1. It's because our logic is built like this. Yeah. Okay, this one is, of course, you can see there's no red herb, right? So we need to do this. Compile and save. So we go into our inspect, no, not inspect. Where is it? The item type, here, the item type. And we add a enumerator, and this one is now the red herb. And also, we can also prepare the combined herb. So make sure you have this one. And let's just organize this and just drag this here. And also the combined, let's just drag this here. So now this is completely fine. And let me get this, let me get the key. Maybe put this, no, let's just leave it like this. And save. This is it, okay? So make sure you have the red and the combined added. Now, you can just get this one. This is the red herb. So the red one is the type red. And we create, I think this is it, right? No, it's not. Click on the static mesh here. we also need to get the red herb, the same mesh. We need to set it here as well for our inspection. So because this, as I told you before, is used, this value is used for the inspection. So otherwise, he's not spawning anything in our inspection function. Okay, and then we are going to close this one because we don't need it. It's done for now. BP master item, again, create a child, and this one is BP item combined herb. Maybe now you're wondering why, since we're not picking this one up, why do we need also a children blueprint? It's because when we add this to our inventory, when we create this function, and after combining, we are using the node add to inventory. We need to, we have a drop-down list, so this add node has a drop-down list, and this is connected to our inventory, and our inventory is basically the BP master item as a class array, and this means we need to have a child, otherwise we cannot add this to our inventory, because our whole inventory array, or let's say our whole inventory list, is consisting of our BP master item and its children. Okay, I hope this makes sense. And this is called combined herb. Description is called replenishes full health. Item image, just search for combined image texture. Item mesh is the combined herb. And this is driving me nuts because the mesh, combined mesh, right click, batch rename, SM underscore. The prefix is SM underscore. And let me make sure that this green is also the SM and the red is SM. Okay. And also for textures, sorry that I'm just stressing now, but for textures also I want to have like this. Let me just go, no, we do it one by one. Let me just go rename, and this is T underscore. Also for the green textures, select everything, batch rename, and then T underscore. So all those have this T underscore in front. And I think we should be good to go. No, for the combined as well, batch rename, T underscore. So keep everything organized. Let me see the bullets. Also like for the bullets, batch rename. I know now this video is going to be longer than expected again, but yeah, mesh is SM, textures is all T underscore, and also for, yeah, I think this is it. This is it. Do we have a folder, pistol? Let me just check here. This is all T underscore. Mesh is right. Materials, everything is fine. Okay. Or I might need to cut this one out. Maybe it's just too long, too much information. But let's just continue here. So we have our SM combined herb here. Let me just close this drawer here. Static mesh, make sure this one is the combined as well. And just compile, and then we are also having this material. You're going to have this material automatically when you just open your material. Here, inventory, healing, combined, mesh. When you open up your mesh, always make sure you assign the material. You open up every mesh and assign the material. Otherwise, you always have to reassign your material, and this is pretty annoying. Okay, let's just save. So we have 9 to save. Just quickly drink something. Then, I think we're good to go. Almost. So, the combined herb, I forgot something. Of course, I forgot. The type, click on this whole BP. The type, of course, is the combined. And the current stack and the max stack is 1. So make sure that this one is all set, okay? It's not a stackable item. The current stack is 1. The max stack is always 1 for every item which is not stackable, okay? Every item which is not stackable is always current stack and max stack is 1. And the item type, put this one to the right item type. In case you don't have this item type, go into your enum, which is here, the E item type, and just add a new one, a new category for your item, okay? And then just assign this one inside your children blueprint. And then we should be good to go. No, we're not, because you can see here the health replenishment. I want to have this to be 100%. So we have 100 health. So in this case, this health replenishment for the combined item is 100. So this is always going to heal us 100%. And then, of course, it is a healing item. We are not really using this boolean, but just in case, maybe later we are going to need this. So just make sure that this one, even if we are not using it right now, it doesn't make any difference for you, but just make sure that this one is enabled. We might gonna use this boolean for future episodes. Then when you open up the green, you can see here the health replenishment is 25, and it's also a healing item, it's green herb. And when you open up the red herb, you can see this one is health replenishment is 0, and it's not a healing item. Basically it's not. It's just an item to combine to make a healing item. You cannot heal with the red herb. Okay, nice. So just make sure that you have this like so. Now we can do this function. Let me just save. Before we can have this function, we need to go inside our widget blueprint item menu. So every time we are adding a new function, this is basically the reason why I continue to with this inventory episode, because I want to show you all those functions. And you already learned how to reload, you already learned how to use the healing item, and you already learned how to inspect an item with this button. So now I will just control this one here, I just control D, open that one up, and then I will just rename this button to, press F2, combine button. And the inspect, I will just rename this one to, you might have guessed it, combine. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. So now I'm thinking, we have all those buttons on visible, right? The combine button is only visible for the green and red herb, depending on, like, only if we have the green and the red in our inventory. So we need to set up a boolean, or we are going to make a check. Okay, the green herb is in your inventory. Yes, it is. And also at the same time, the red herb, so green and red herb, are inside our inventory currently. Yes, and then we are going to reveal this button. Okay. But I believe we should have all our buttons on visible by default, so that we are not mixing up things. Well, okay. The reload button and the heal button is collapsed by default. The inspect button is visible because we can inspect every item. So I was just thinking, like, why should we put in more logic and like set the visibility on inspect to visible? No, we can't just have visible on any item. So we just skip having this particular node just for the inspect button, like set visibility to visible. It doesn't make any sense because it's visible for every item. This is the only exception why we have this on visible. For combine, we will just set this to collapsed as well. And then we will just manually, when we go to our inventory slot, so open your WB inventory slot, this is where we have this logic, here on mouse button down, so make sure, here on mouse button down, that we are going to make sure, oh my god, this is annoying as hell. Okay. So we make sure that we just add the combine button. And so this is collapsed just like the reload and just like the heal button. So we need to do stuff. So we just copy this set visibility. And now we need to decide. For the red herb, you can combine with clicking on the red herb, but at the same time you can also combine by clicking on the green herb. Connect this combine button, and for the combine button, make sure that the first aid spray. Oh, let me just deconnect the first aid spray here. Okay, so we make sure the green herb is set to visible for the heal button, but at the same time it's also visible for the combine button. I'm sorry for that, but this is a little confusing. So we need to build, we need to build it in order to have everything perfectly. So let me just think for a second. So the green herb can only reveal the heal button. This is always the case. So we can always heal from our green herb, okay? For the red herb, this is different. Let me just define the red herb item. For the red herb item, we cannot, so this is collapsed. So reload, heal, and combine is collapsed. So we can only inspect it because the inspect button is visible by default for everything anyway. But we can do only one, we can reveal besides the inspect button, we can only reveal additionally the combine button, but only when we have the green herbal item at the same time. Otherwise we cannot combine. So let's make another check, right? So let's do a branch here. Oh no, let's do the branch before. I think this makes more sense. So for the red herb, before we set the visibility to the combine button, which is basically the only thing we can do, but only if, let's do a macro, okay? We need to do a macro because I want to do it here. Let's create a macro, and we call this one green and red herb obtained, or let's say, you can call it like this, or green and red herb in inventory. So I think this is more accurate, because you theoretically you can obtain it and you can put it into your storage, or scrap it if you want. But in this case, no. So what we do, get owning player pawn. From our player pawn, we get, you might have guessed it, again, the component by class. So this is how we get our information from our AC inventory. Yeah, AC inventory. I was just thinking, let me just... Isn't it just like nice to also... Item menu. Can't we just get the inventory from here as well? We cannot, yeah, we can also get the inventory information from here as well. So basically also like get owning player pawn, component by class, and then we can just from there we can just create a variable, the inventory array, and then we can just set this inventory array to expose on spawn, and instance is editable. And then when we refresh this item menu, refresh nodes here, then you also will have underneath, you will also have the inventory array, and then from there we can just connect. But this doesn't make any sense, so I think this is much easier to do. We just stay in the slot, okay? And from here we get our inventory. From here we get our inventory. We just do like so, and then we get contains item. So is it going to be the green herb and get the end boolean? Just copy this one and connect this one, the inventory, and also at the same time we have also the red herb, so green and red. So and both, and if it is B and click, so we get a branch. Okay, so now we are using a macro because otherwise like our item menu, this is like all messed up. So it's true, and it could be true or false. Compile and save. This is it, okay? The input, let me just rename this one to check. So the input is like we're checking it, and it's either true or false. So let me close this macro. Now we can use this macro. Let's delete this branch. We don't need it. Now we created our branch basically. So for the red herb, let's check if we have red and green in our inventory. If this is true, the combine button will be visible. If not, nothing is going to be visible. Okay, so let's add this to viewport. If not, nothing will be visible, so we can just leave it like it is. And maybe we should get a little bit of space. So let's do like this. And no worries, I'm going to clean up in a minute. So this will be a little more like better for you to see. But let's also just take care of this. Yeah, okay, you can see. So the red herb is fine, but the green herb has the heal button visible and the inspect by default, always. But if our green and red herb is in our inventory, so let's just copy a new set visibility. Because when we set our green herb, let's just also copy this macro, okay? So now you get the idea. So let's also check for the green herb. Do we have the green and also the red at the same time? If this is true, let's set this one to this visibility. So if this is true, you can see the combine button and you can see the heal button, okay? So we can connect several buttons to one visibility node, which is awesome. But if this is not, if we don't have the red one, we only have the green one, then if it's false, and then we just seeing this one we had before, just the heal button, okay? And so let me just now clean this one up a little bit, and this one, oh my god, sorry, this one should be like this, and this one should be like this. Yeah, let's do like so. And this one goes here. Believe me, if you make everything straight, you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble later when you have a lot of logic. So always do like this reroute nodes, and then from there, I know this is overlapping, but I can read it anyway, so I know that those are the two macros for my green and red herbs, so it's fine for me. I just want to have everything straight and save space. And then also make this one straight, because if you can see now, if you make everything straight, and you're stopping this spaghetti here, then you see right now, you can see, okay, everything is like, this is like so, let's do like so, and let's do this one, needs to go here, this one should be here. So now we can see immediately what's going on. Also let me get this one straight. I might just gonna speed this one up, like so. Okay. Now you can see like how much cleaner it is, and now it's much more fun to work, to continue to work inside this logic here. Good. So this is everything for the almost. The combined herb. So let me think like this. When we create, so we have the button combine ready for our green herb and for our red herb. Now, when we have the combined herb, we can only inspect this by default anyway, and we can only use this for healing. This means, I think we already have this one. Yeah, this is the heal button. So the set visibility for the heal button. What we can do, just put this one and add this. Add the combined herb to this set visibility, in this case the heal button. And this is it. And you can also do this for the first aid spray. Let's just prepare this one, because we can also just heal for the first aid spray. Makes sense. And as I told you, inspection is always visible by default. Good. So now we can actually use this button. Let me just double check the red herb, just in case. Maybe I forgot something. Let me just double check the red herb. So red means I have both inventory. This means I can combine. Yeah, this one is okay. So this one's not right. No. This is right. The green I can only combine. But for the green one, we have, if this is false, we can only heal. Yes, and if this is true, this one is here, which is the combine and the heal. Okay, so we good to go. Good. Then we should close this one. And when we go to the item menu designer, let's get the canvas. Let me just, we don't need to change it. Let's just increase the height to like 300, maybe. And the vertical box here, the size Y to 300, so it's the same size. But everything else should be good. Make sure that your buttons are on auto from left to right, and the vertical alignment is from top to bottom. Okay. Now the combine button we do on clicked. So we should combine our item when we click on this button. So let me just click on it, and then you get a new event, which is the combine. So what is going to happen when we press combine? What we want is we want to get the held item. No, actually not. We want to get our AC inventory. So get the AC inventory here, and from there we call a function. This means we need to go into our AC inventory, of course, and let's start fresh. Make a new function called f combine herb. Or let's just say combine herbs, because we need two always. Okay, we can also make this check here, just just to make sure, like a double check. Oh no, let's just leave this one aside. Let's just leave it, because we already made this check. We can only reveal the combine button only if we have the green and the red at the same time. And once the button is revealed, we can combine anyway, so we don't need to make a check additionally. Okay, so this means we can just get our inventory. From there, we find. Yeah, we need to find not the held item. We need to find first the green item, and we can just copy this one, connect that one up as well, and we also at the same time want to find our red herb, and then we can just remove index from our inventory, and we need a separate index because we cannot we can only remove one index, which makes sense. So remove the green, and when we combine, we also remove the item red. Also, of course, our inventory, and let me get this one like so, and this one straight, this one straight, this one is straight, and this one is straight. Okay, we remove green and red, but in return we want to have something, which is an add from the inventory. So we add something. So this is what we will get in return. Also, this needs to be straight. And this is something which is really cool. We can just, instead of connecting it, we just get the combined herb. And we just add it. And I think this should be it. Yeah, that's it. Now, use F, heal item. No, green herb heal. No. Combine. This is not heal, this is the combine herbs. And let me just do like this. And then also inside the get herbs, or like create this combinable, let's just get a sound. Play sound to the can get something interesting. So SFX inventory. I believe when I wait, heal item. Where's my function heal item? Or where's this function called heal? Herb, green herb heal. Where's the sound? Oh, it's in the item menu, right? Heal. Oh, okay. I want to make this one is the success. Yeah, I want to make a sound cue from this. So this one is. Where is it? Here. Yeah. This one is nice. It's not perfect for this function, but it's fine. So let me just click on this and then create Q as C for success. And I want to use this one instead for the use herb. So for the function, where's this function? Sorry. In our item menu, F green herb heal, and then we have the sound here. But you know what? Let's just get this one and just cut it out. Just cut it out. And then we just put it here. Play sound. And at the same time, we close this function, and then for combine, we also just put this one here. So we have the same. And instead, hide inventory, show inventory, we can also just reveal this one here, I believe. Yeah, let's do like so. Let's just get the hide inventory here for this herb, green herb heal function. Just do also the hide and then show, because we are updating our inventory automatically. And I'm just doing this with hide and show. This is just, for me, it's an easy and simple way just to do it. And just copy those two as well. And for the combine, I also want to hide and show the inventory. And then inside our item menu, we can just get rid of those two functions as well. So now this is more clean. And the sound here for the inspect. Oh no, this is no. Leave it. Sorry, this one. Combine herbs. Okay. So make sure I will show you again. Make sure your function combine herbs is you get the inventory. From the inventory, you find the green item, and you also find at the same time. Sorry. Once you find the green item, the index, remove this index of this inventory. Then remove this index again, but this time from this inventory find the red one. And then from this inventory again, we add a new one, which is the combined, the BP item combined herb. And we have a sound when we press this button, and we hide and show the inventory again, which is going to happen immediately, so you're not going to see it. But then we make sure that our inventory is updated. Okay. Good. Otherwise, you're not going to see your new generated item, your new combined item. You're not going to see it. And so what you have to do, you have to close your inventory and then you have to open again. And this is pretty annoying. So save. Okay, and let's just try. So let me just get a not ARI character inventory. Let me just get the inventory here and get the red one. Let's put it like so. So make sure this one is nice. Let's do 23, and let's do 23. And this one, let's do 23. So it has the same height, save, and let's try this one. So I get the green one, I can heal. And at the same time, when I have the red one, oh, sorry, I forgot something. Open up the AC inventory, go to grab, F grab item. And we want to, of course, we want to also destroy after picking up. And for the combined, it's not going to make any sense because we're never going to pick this one up. Update. So I'm just checking the whole logic here. And okay, this one is fine. Let me just also check the update slot. Yeah, we also need to check the update slot. So the red herb can be here. The update slot is just to see a number in case if it's a stackable item. So if it's not a stackable item, we can see green, red, combined, first aid, key, knife is not stackable. So we just set the brush we set the brush image, so our image, and then we can see, oh, the current stack is always 1. So it will always be false. And then we see it's not going to have any text, but it's going to have our thumbnail. So make sure that you also connect this one. Oh, we can pick it up now. Okay. So if I only have the red one, you can see Oh, okay, we need to fix the inspect one. This is because, wait, sorry, I told you something which was not really right, not really clever. So if I go to our, let's go to the item menu again, and let's check the, no, sorry, inventory slot, and let's check this one. Not this one, sorry. The on mouse button down event. So for the red herb, we know that this one, in this case, we only have the red herb, so it was false. And when it's false, we still need to add to viewport. Now this is confusing for you, but when one of those items goes straight into the add viewport node, this means that we will just use our, when you go here to our, when you go to the item menu, designer, this means that you're only going to see the default values. In this case, it would be this one collapsed, visible, inspect, and this one collapsed. So we still need to add to viewport when we click on this item. So this means, this logic here means we're finding this item, and then we click the right mouse button, then we reveal the item menu, but then we are going to decide what kind of item button we are going to see. So when we create this item menu, we still need to add this item menu to our viewport, otherwise we cannot see anything. Okay, so let me just pick up the red one, and then we can inspect. This looks fine for me. Now you can also see, now it's centered, alright? Because we replaced this item. Now you can see it's centered, and the size is, I think this is fine. Okay. Now you can see it's only inspectable, and then when I pick up the green, okay, now it's not working. This is perfect. Oh, of course, this one. Of course. This is why. You only need to forget one tiny node to connect this one. So we forgot to connect the, let's see, heal and combine. So if this one is in our inventory, so heal and combine is visible. Okay. For the green one. And the red one, you see, the red one had also the bug that if it's true, we need to see the combine. I can only inspect, which is fine. I have a green one, I can heal. Ah, sorry, I forgot to change the button. I forgot to change the image. It is right, but I forgot to change the image. Okay, so item menu, designer. We have a combine, yeah, which is awesome, and we renamed this combine. But of course, you need to change the text to combine, or in my case, I need the image combine icon. Yeah, and also the size is. Let me see this button here. The image is 180 by 50. So this image is also 180 by 50. Okay, compile and save. Good, so it is working. I was just a little bit scared that we didn't get information. But now we can just inspect. Then when you have both, you can heal with this one, but you can also inspect every time, but you can also combine. And for the red one, if both are in our inventory, you can inspect still and you can also combine. Okay, so let me just try to click on this one. So let me just inspect this one. Okay, this one is working as well. Oh, this is a little too big. So we also need to fix our scale, right? We need to make this a little smaller. And also for the red one needs to be the same scale. Good, and now let's just click on this red one and click combine. Let's see if this is going to work, because I have no idea. Oh, it is. It is working. It is working, nice. And now from here you can heal and you can inspect. Okay. Now we didn't set up Wait. Let's just check for more bugs. Now the other way around. We only have the green one. We can heal and inspect. I can still heal. Now I can heal and inspect only. Now I can heal, inspect, and combine. And now I can inspect and combine. And now let's combine from here. And it's working. Good. And if you do the other way around, so let's also try to combine again with the red one. It's also working. Good. Now we need to actually get HP, right? So let's see, the item menu, heal. So when we have a combined item, we know that the seal button is pretty important. And this is the good thing about the item type. If we click on the green herb, we have this function f green herb heal. For the healing function using combined herb, we want to also heal ourselves. So for the heal button, we need to create another one. So AC inventory. Let's do F. Combined herb heal. So then this is organized. Let's just drag this one up. So we have the F green herb heal and we have the F combined herb heal. For the, let's just go into the green herb heal. You know what? Why don't we just copy all this stuff here? Why don't we just copy all this stuff? And then we go into our, we just copy this. And now let's see if this is going to make sense for us. Okay? Let's just see, maybe this is going to make sense. Let me just move this one like so. In our inventory, we see if this one is containing the combined item. So this is just a double check. We don't need it because we can only click on the combined item. And then at the same time, we find the combined item, so the combined herb, get a copy. Then we have a reference of our health replenishment. So this one will be for this item 100 anyway. And we add this one to our player health. So player health plus the value of our combined. And then we just straighten this one. And also I want to have this one straight. I'm really sorry about this. And this one as well, straighten. Good. And then we know that this one can only have a maximum of 100. So if we have 50 and we add the 100 on top, we have 150. So we have always a clamp. This is always a maximum of 100. Then we find here, click on the combined, then we find the combined and remove its index. Makes sense. And then we update our inventory with hide and then show. Compile and save. And then we should be fine because we don't need the health item now. We're doing it. We just copied the F green herb heal function. We just copied this for this one. Okay, let me see. Let me damage 75, 50, 25, 0. So I have 0 health. I just use this combination and I heal. And now my health should be, yes, it's 75 because I was damaging myself again. And now I damage myself again. I have 50. Can use the green one. And now I should have 75, so I damage myself and I have 50. Okay. So this one is working. And now we can just do another one. Maybe let's also get just another green. And let's just do like a couple of healing commands. Heal, but I still have 100 because I was damaging myself. Now I can heal, now I have 100 again. Now I can combine and heal, and now I have damaged myself, I'm 75. And I can use this one and can only inspect. Okay? And then I can go here. I can use this one and I can only heal or inspect. And this is what we need to change as well. The item scale, inspected item scale. So go into your inventory, inspect folder, and then we go to the S inspect items, and then you see we have this green herb. Let's do 1, 1, and 1. And for the red one, the red herb, we don't need to create another one. Let's just save because the green herb is exactly the same mesh. The green is exactly the same mesh with the red. So we can just go into our BP inspect item blueprint here. So get this inspect item blueprint. And now you can see this. The reason why this is not straight anymore is because we were just updating our item type. Now we can see red and combined. So this is why he's screwing up our connection here, unfortunately. So, but now you can just get the red herb and put it into the, where's the green one? This one. Just connect this one to the green. It's the same. It's always going to be the same scale. And we need to set a new one. So just copy this function, this set inspect item scale. Just copy one of those. And now let's just do it here. Make sure combined is also straight. And then you can also set the scale of, we need to open up the S inspect items here. And we add a variable called combined herb. And let's just do a vector, of course. And the default value for this, let's do 1.5, 1.5. Let's just try if this is okay. And BP inspect item, just go back and then let me get this key, let me get this straight. And then from the combined, just set this one to the combined. And then you should be good to go. And this one, straighten. Okay, and this one is also straight. And this one. Now let's see let's inspect our combined item. Combine, inspect. And this is still a little small, right? So you can just easily go and open this one up again. And let's do 3, 3, and 3. And then we should be good to go. You can inspect this one. Let's see if this is good. Yeah. So we are not touching the edge of our render target. And this one needs to be this. Yeah, okay, sorry. Let me just get another one. I wanted to inspect. But you see, this is the same scale. Yeah, it's the same scale. Let's do where we have a little more light, maybe here. Maybe the lighting is better here. And then we can just inspect this one. And you can see this one is... Oh, we also need to adjust the material to two-sided. But this is a little too big. You can see it's overlapping with our edges. So let's just change those two things. We go to the inspect again. And for the combined herb, let's do 2.7, 2.7, and 2.7. This is small enough, but still big enough. And let's just close everything. We can close everything because we're done. And then we go to the healing, combined herb, material, open up the material, and then two-sided. Apply and save. Save the rest here. Okay, and then the final round here, we pick up 2. Make sure you always test all those things. You can see this is our combined herb. We have now this. And then we can just pick up another one. We can just inspect this one because we don't have a green herb. Once we have a green herb picked up, we can combine. Or we just heal with this one, or we inspect. Or in this case, red one, we can just inspect or combine. Let's just combine another one. And we can maybe just use this for healing. And we can pick up ammo. We can pick up ammo. And we can pick up more ammo even. And we can boom. And then just reload. And you can see our reload function is working as well. One bullet left. That's it. Okay. What I also would like to do before I end this, let's open up our RE character. Just a small little detail we just add. You can add like hundreds of those things, but I will just show you just in order for you to understand. I cannot add in every episode. I cannot add all those small things because this would be like 100 hours long. So I will just show you occasionally a couple of things I do. When you go to your shooting event here in the BPRE character, you have the pistol equipped. Yeah, player can shoot. Yes, and we have the bullet waste. The bullet waste means if this one is bigger than 0, greater, we can shoot and we lose 1 bullet. But in this case, when it's false, before we set the pistol to empty, we can just straighten this. But we can also, at the same time, play sound 2D. And let me see. I might have to import this. No, I don't have. I have this empty pistol here. And I have 2. I need to reassign those. So let me get this empty pistol 1 and empty pistol 2. So now I have them basically like a flip-flop function. So if I just like... And then you can also do play sound at location. In this case, it makes sense. Attenuation... Oh, I already did. Okay, so attenuation, just make sure override attenuation, yes. And then you have the ability to maybe, like, let's do 400 inner radius and the fall off is 1000. And save. And then we can just close this one. And we are not using this play sound 2D, but we are using the play at location, play sound at location. And then we are just getting the empty pistol sound cue. And our location would be the mesh. And then we can just get actor location. Wait, we don't need the mesh. I'm stupid. Get actor location of the blueprint. Sorry, we don't need the mesh. So the whole blueprint basically is moving and not just the mesh. Okay. And then we should be fine. So when we when we shoot, four bullets. Now, okay, it's just happening once because I should use this one in a different spot. Let's just cut this one out. And we should put this one bullet waste. Oh, because I'm stupid. Yeah. Here, sorry. Player can shoot. Pistol empty. It makes sense. If the pistol is empty, we should do it here. Because if the pistol is empty, get actor location. He will just stop here. So if the pistol is not empty, is false, because it is empty. And when it's false, let's just do like so. So in this case it is false, because our is pistol not empty? No, it is empty. So this one will be false. This one. And false means he's not going to those events. This is the reason. So just put it here. Player can shoot. And then false, set this in between false. And then we can just shoot. Oh, sorry. This is still not good, because now we can spam this. Okay, now we can spam this one. Okay, so we still need a different spot, because we can spam. Okay, I know why. Pistol is empty, and it stays empty. Okay, do another macro. No, it's like, call it empty pistol SFX. Get the AC. Get pistol empty. If this is true, wait, if it's false, continue. If it's false, continue. If it's true, play sound at location, and that's it. No animation, nothing. And get this empty sound cue. And get the get actor location. Like so. Sometimes this is so easy to fix, but I'm just doing it the most complicated way possible. Straighten. Straighten. Okay. Empty pistol effects. This means, is our pistol equipped? Let's do it here. So our pistol is equipped, right? Yes, it is. No. And then player can shoot. And then, if this is false, do the empty pistol effects. And we don't need this one. We don't need an output here. So the only output we have is none. No output. Okay. Now it's working. Okay. So again, I can spam the button, I can shoot, and now my ammo is gone. Okay, I hope you liked this episode, and see you in the next one.